Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. I'm doing my October and November favorites in one video. So all of October I was pretty much gone. I was in India for a cousin's wedding and then I went to Thailand from there. So my October favorites is going to be stuff that I used over there, and it's amazing stuff because the weather there was just all kinds of different compared to what I'm used to here, because in India it wasn't so much humid, but it was really hot on certain days, and at night it was really cool. So makeup that kind of adapted to both of those types of temperatures and climates. And then in Thailand, it was extremely humid, boiling hot, like sweating sort of weather. So my October stuff is based off of that. November is based off of, I was there for about half of November, then I came back here, so I was gone for a while. And then here in Atlanta, it's been pretty normal. Atlanta's not humid because there's really no water here. It's been pretty dry, kind of cold on and off. It's just been all over the place here. So, but this is the makeup that I've been using kind of for both these months. I've just been loving it. It's stuff that adapt really well to all types of climate, and they're just great products overall. So my first one, the foundation that I used over there that was great for just all of the different temperatures and climates that we were in, I guess, was the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus. This was great, especially for the hot weather. It really stayed on for my oily skin. It really helped. And even in Thailand, with all the sweat and all that stuff, it didn't really move that much, so it's a great foundation for that. I paired that with the matte primer, which you guys know I love, but I have a very sad story to tell you guys. I bought this primer again when I came back from my trip because I needed another one, and I was out of that one. And I got one that to me smelled like dead fish. Not only that, it didn't do anything for oil control. The formula was completely different. And when I went to MAC, I told them that. So they gave me a new one, but the new one also had the same problem. So the lady over there said they just got a bad batch. But then I've been hearing, I've gone back again in hopes that I can get another one that would work, that apparently they've changed the formula and that's what it is now. So if you guys know anything about that, please let me know. This is like my non-fail primer that's so good. I would be so sad if they discontinued it. But because they discontinued it, or whatever, changed the formula, if that's the case, I have been trying out different primers and I just don't know what to do because none of them are even half as good as this one is. So let me know if you guys know anything about that one. Then on top of that, I've been using the MAC Prep and Prime Translucent Powder. The stuff is amazing. It doesn't photograph badly like most people think. I will put in some pictures into this video of my trip in India and Thailand. You guys can see how it photographed and tell me if you think that it photographed well or not, because I did use large amounts of this, especially for when I was going to be out all day sweating. Another foundation that I've really been liking ever since I came back here to Atlanta is the Kevyn Aucoin Stick Foundation. This is in the color Yasmin 05. Mine's kind of broken. But this is interesting because when I came back here, the weather is colder here than it was there, obviously, and my skin has gotten oilier for some odd reason. But not only that, it has gotten oilier in like my nose area, but my mouth area tends to get like sort of dry. So when I started to use this over here, just thinking that it would adapt and it would work well, my skin around my mouth started to like be peely and just sort of, I don't know, it just looked super dry with this. I stopped using this for the winter months. I've been using this cream foundation, which is great for oil control, this particular one, but not only that, it looks good. It doesn't give me that sort of dry feeling around my mouth. The only thing is it's a little bit dark for me, so it can oxidize and look darker, which I'm not enjoying too much, but I've been using like very, very small amounts of this to make that work for my winter, and it's been working pretty well so far. The only blush that I really took to India that I used a lot was Lovejoy, which is by NARS. It is this beautiful, beautiful peachy gold color, which I think just flatters any skin tone. So if you guys want to get one blush that is amazing, go ahead and get this one because I have been using this for years and I just love it. Then I've also been using my Makeup Forever Compact Shine On. That's what it looks like. This is in number 5. And it's basically supposed to be a product that restores shine on a face that is oily, so it doesn't have much shine to begin with because you over powder it. So that's what the product's supposed to be used for. I've used it as that also. I will put up a full review. But I was using this a lot as blush in India, and this looks great if you're not photographing it. In pictures, it looks yellow for some reason. I'm not really sure why. Like, I went to the Makeup Forever Pro Roadshow which was in September. And when I went there, I noticed that when I took a picture of the model who had this on, it photographed yellow, but I thought it was just like an iPhone thing. But even when I used this in real life, in my pictures it looked yellow, so I'm not really sure why. But I like that for everyday use. My powder puff, this thing's awesome to put on powder. I would use this if you've got the most oily skin on the planet. Of course, my NW35 concealer by MAC. There is no better concealer in the world. This is the Pro Longwear, and it just photographs beautifully, really covers well without looking like you're wearing anything at all. So I recommended this to all of my cousins there, and they all immediately like went out and bought it because they loved it so much. One of the blushes that I really enjoyed over here and over there that looks super natural is this Ben Nye color. It's Cream Rouge CR7 Coral. I don't know if you guys can see. That's what it looks like. It is such a pretty color. You have to be careful with how much you put on. If you put on a lot, you will look like a Barbie, but if you put on this in like a sparing amount, it's beautiful. Then for my eyes, honestly, I thought I would have all the time in the world to get ready for every single event for the wedding and just in general, like to be able to be put together all the time, but that just did not happen because if you guys are Indian and you've been to Indian weddings, you know that there's just so many different like events going on. You're really not sleeping. You've got only a few hours between things going on. So I ended up just relying on things that I knew would look good on me all the time that are easy to put on. So my first was the Aqua Cream by Makeup Forever. This is a #1. It's a super dark gunmetal color. When I put this on, I would literally put this on all over my lid, kind of blend it up into my crease and put on a highlight, and that's about it. Because this looks that good. It's so easy to put on and it doesn't smudge. It's like a primer and cream eyeshadow in one, so it just doesn't smudge. It really stays on. Then, for some of the more fun events that were like young, I wore this blue eyeshadow. Woo! Uh-oh. I wore this blue eyeshadow. This is called Switch to Blue by MAC, and it is an electrically cool eyeshadow. It came out a little while ago in a collection. I saw this and I fell in love with it, and I bought it then. I showed this to you guys in my haul. And it is the coolest product ever because it's kind of a really strange texture. So it's a primer eyeshadow in one. So again, you're like leaving out steps because you don't really need primer with this. And it is a little bit shimmery, so it has that dimensional look, so you don't have to like add an extra crease color and things like that. And I use this a lot just on my bottom lash line when I wanted to do just like a daytime look, as opposed to putting anything on my lid. I would just put this underneath my lash line and it looked really good. My last eyeshadow that I use a lot is Blacklit, which is the same type of eyeshadow as the one that I just previously showed you guys. It is that same formula, so same thing. That was really fun too. It's a dark shimmery black, and that's great for nighttime. And then for my non-fail lip products, there were two actually, by Inglot. Of course, my #25 that I show you guys all the time. This one, but I also really like this one. What I've started to do is use this as a stain. Like I'll put on the tiniest bit, smudge my lips, and dry it off. And then put this on top, and it gives you like a very, very pretty light pink sort of look. So that is my favorites. If you guys have any questions, then feel free to ask, and I will be sure to get back to you guys. Bye.